let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day. People, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day. That's the first chorus. Let's just do the second E minor. Okay? People, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day. But there's a D there. Forget the D, just stay on the G. Oh, okay. Night and day. Light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day. We all got a light inside. People, how can we survive? If we don't let it shine on all night and day. You know the world is dark with fear. People scared to let you near. They need to shine on them all day. Come on, be a sunrise. Let your love light fill your eyes. Let it shine on all night and day. Moving like a river flows, we can make the feelings grow. If you only shine on all night and day. Okay, and then on the G.
Yeah, the G's the last, or the zipping flat. I was waiting, when I hit that note, I was like,
We'll just have to give it the best we can. Slicing salami. I accidentally thought my finger was part of the salami.
It's a common mistake.
Do you want your case somewhere?
I guess if people are going to sit there, I don't know.
They don't sit there. No one sits there. I didn't know.
I still would like to find my cape.
Are you really whistling Zelda?
Found it.
You're okay. 5:55.
Then they had us get in and we just got to swim and
Good. Copyright. Good morning. Let's get that door shut, please. We are beginning meditation. We should. Well, it helps if we're sitting down. Let's begin with closing our eyes. It helps. Take a deep breath in. Release it. Let's take a few, and each time, take something that is distracting you from being in this moment and release it. So take a deep breath in. Acknowledge the distraction for what it is, a sound, a thought, and then let it go with your out breath. Just keep doing that with everything that's taking you away from being here in this moment. Now that you are centered, you are sitting in this chair. Focus on the feeling of the world around you, not the sounds, but the feeling of the air, the seat underneath you, the floor under your feet. Feel it like a comfortable weight around your body. Feel it like an embrace. The whole world is hugging you, is holding you. Picture yourself sitting in the water, warm water, just sitting on the sand. The water is barely moving around you, and it is completely surrounding you all the way up to your neck. Feel it like it's embracing you, holding you, supporting you. Breathe in and exhale. Completely comfortable. Completely at peace. In harmony with the world around you. No need to go anywhere or do anything. The outside is in harmony with the inside. this peace, this harmony. It always exists, but now you are aware of it. There is not a moment where this space, this place, does not exist. As you take a deep breath in one last time and release, know that this is God's embrace and you live in it in every moment. It is always there waiting for you. Thank you for joining us for our meditation. Our service begins at 10.
When I was a girl each week, on Sunday we would go to church and pay attention to the priest. He would read the holy word and consecrate the holy bread, and everyone would kneel and bow. Today the only difference is everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. When I was in Sunday school, we would learn about the time Moses split the sea in two. Jesus made the water wine. And I remember feeling sad that miracles don't happen still. But now I can't keep track, 'cause everything's a miracle. Well, everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle. Yeah. Wine from water is not so small, but an even better magic trick is that anything is here at all. So the challenging thing becomes not to look for miracles, but finding where there isn't one. When holy water was where it
It'll sound better.
barely where my fingertips. Now I
Warm
have
up.
to hold my breath, 'cause I'm swimming in a sea of it. It used to be a world out there, heaven
yet.
second rate, hand me down. But I walked it with the river in the air, 'cause everything is holy now. Everything is holy now. Yeah. Everything is holy now. Yeah. Read a questioning child's face and say it's not a testament. Well, that'd be very hard to say. See another new morning come and say it's not a sacrament. I tell you that it can't be done. This morning outside I stood and saw a little red-winged bird shining like a burning bush, singing like a scripture verse. It made me want to bow my head. I remember when church let out, how things have changed since then. 'Cause everything is holy now. Everything.
Strong possibility.
Everything is holy now.
Chuck.
All right, I want to welcome everyone to the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont today on this kind of chilly or brisk fall day, but kind of sweater weather. I see a lot of people in sweaters. And if you're home, at home online, if you're in your pajamas and in your PJs and comfortable having your first cup of coffee, we welcome you here. And we hope someday to see you in person. Online is great. We love online. And if you are online, if you type into the chat box where you're watching from, we will acknowledge you. And someday we hope you make it to the center because the energy in person is great and the food is great. So we put on a great lunch for you. So first-time guests, do we have any first-time guests today? We want to welcome you. And if you're a first-time guest online, we have a welcome packet that we can send to you by email. So put in the chat box your email and we'll send you a welcome packet online. After service, as always, every Sunday we do a full fellowship meal and in Carter Hall. So if you're here, stay afterwards for the meal. And if you're online and you're close, come on down. We have 2 full turkeys that Jasmine Cote's mom cooked for us. We have homemade chili that Ross made, homemade cornbread. We have enchiladas that Amy brought. There's a full feed out there. So please stay afterwards, and if you're nearby, come on down and join us in our fellowship meal. I'd like to invite you, if you have a cell phone with you, I'd like to invite you to take just a moment and silence your cell phone. We know Spirit communicates through technology, but right now we'd like to communicate through the truth that will be spoken in this center today. And our vision statement, I invite us to read that together. And but we went one too far. Our vision statement, that's our mission. Which way am I going? See, LSB vision is a world that works for everyone. So that's our vision. It's a world that works for everyone, not someone. And sometimes our technology works, and sometimes I push the button too many times, but it's all working exactly as it's supposed to work, and that's a world that works for everyone. Our CSLB purpose is awakening humanity. That's us. We're the humanity part of this equation, awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. We're human beings having a spiritual experience, and we want to invite in that spiritual experience into our human experience and live in that divine presence of the One. And our mission statement is transforming lives, and we do that in Science of Mind, our Science of Mind teaching, by one thought at a time, improving this thought and this thought and this thought, and always moving our thought forward to the higher consciousness of knowing love is all and all is love. And at CSLB, we are an inclusive and transformative community of spiritual practice, and we want you to know wherever you are on your spiritual journey, wherever you are in your life, you are always welcome here, and you are welcome here exactly where you are. And now I'm going to invite Jim and Calvin to take us into our opening song.
The things my family did. I am not the voices in my head. I am not the pieces of the brokenness inside. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the mistakes that I have made, or any of things that cause me pain. I am not the pieces of the dream I left behind. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am light. I am not the color of my eyes. I am not the skin on the outside. I am not my age. I am not my race. My soul inside is all light. All light. All light. All light. I am divinity defined. I am the God on the inside. I am a star, a piece of it all. I am light. I am light.
So I want to thank Jim and Calvin for being here and for doing the music live. I always think, and Sarada said to me, it's so nice having live music in the sanctuary. It's the videotapes are nice, but it's so nice having that rich sound of our guest artists today, and actually our once-a-month artists who are playing for us on the fourth Sunday of every month. So thank you, Jim and Calvin, for being here, for doing the work and the preparation, and that was just beautiful, setting the tone for our talk today. And so we're going to take just a minute, and if you want to turn to someone, I see some people we haven't seen for a while from the Northeast down here, so if you want to turn to someone and just say, howdy, neighbor. Just greet somebody with a smile or a wave or a namaste or a thumbs up. I see some hugs going on. Hugs are allowed. It's okay to get up and hug your neighbor. So if you're in a hugging mood, get up and hug your neighbor. It's okay. We've got some people we haven't seen, and some of our snowbirds are back, and it's wonderful seeing them. So lots of hugs going on. Lots of hugs. Howdy, neighbor. Oh, me too. Me too. Me too.
I just wanted to through the song, I guess.
So it's great seeing so many people out here hugging and connecting and communicating. It's sort of a feeling of home for the holidays here today, yes? So many familiar faces, so many people returning, so kind of a home for the holidays feeling, and I think that's a good feeling to invite in. So Mr. Rogers says if we would just greet someone with a smile or a hug every day, it would change the energy of the world. Just a smile or a hug is how we do it. So good seeing some snowbirds back, good seeing some familiar faces, and knowing that this is kind of a home for the holiday Sunday talk, and we'll see how we can bring that in. And now we're going to go into our announcements. And our first announcement is our flower ministry. Rev Bev started this. Rev Bev did flowers for Halloween. I believe she's doing for Thanksgiving. Ross has stepped in to help participate. And the flowers today were donated by a mystery donor who wanted to celebrate this center and bring joy to the community by presenting the flowers, and this person asked not to be acknowledged. She wanted to be anonymous. So your mind can go to work on who is the anonymous flower donor today. But we thank that anonymous person. Ross and I know who it is, but we thank that anonymous person who we know it is. Thank you so much for sponsoring the flowers today. It brings so much joy to our entire community. Good Grief Support Group every Thursday, 1 to 2:30 here yet. This Thursday, we'll be doing Thanksgiving dinner here. So instead of Good Grief Group, we're having a great Thanksgiving meal. So Grief Group won't be ongoing, but we'll have a full Thanksgiving meal here. We're having turkey, we're having ham, we're having baked salmon, all of the sides. It's going to be a fantastic meal. So join us Thanksgiving Day, 1 o'clock, for a Thanksgiving afternoon meal. It'll be a great time of family and community, and we will certainly invite in that feeling of home for the holidays this Thursday at Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont. Science of Mind Group, first and third Sunday, 9 to 9:30 in our own room. Fabulous discussions to begin our day with. We have our Thanksgiving feast we just talked about. It's going to be fabulous. Thanksgiving Day, 1 o'clock, home for the holidays here at the center. Metaphysical Bingo, that's going to be the first Sunday after lunch. And I want you to know that we give away prizes, so you win prizes. And this was an impromptu prize because Ross and I were at Costco shopping for flowers and food for today, and I saw they were giving away samples of Bandini toffee. And if you have not had this is a taste of heaven. If the talk doesn't take you to heaven, come up and grab some of this because this will take you to heaven. And so I said, I couldn't resist this, so we bought this. This will be one of the bingo prizes. And if you haven't had this, trust me, you're going to want to come to bingo, and that's one of the prizes along with gift cards, and we split the pot. So whatever comes in, we split the pot on the final game. You get half of the proceeds, and the center gets half of the proceeds. Come on down for bingo. That'll be the first Sunday. A lot of fun. Movie night, the next voice you hear, and that's being sponsored by Member Services. So come on down, and I believe Judy just asked me to include that they will include a game night with movie night. Is that correct? That is, Judy's giving me 2 thumbs up. So it will not just be a dinner, you get a spaghetti dinner, but you also get it will be game night and movie night. So come on down, create that feeling, again, of home for the holidays during the December season. Great movie speaking about spirituality and how we connect and how we hear the voice of Spirit through so many ways. All That Glitters Christmas Boutique. We're inviting you to bring any of your Christmas ornaments. I know a lot of us don't put our trees up anymore. Russ and I got a tree up last night. It's not decorated, but it's up. But if you have ornaments in your garage, in your attic, in your basement that you are not using, please bring them in this week and next week, and we will recycle them. We'll dust them off, and we're going to have a holiday boutique out here Friday and Saturday, and I believe Sunday as well, and recycle those Christmas ornaments, and they will be hopefully be a fundraiser for the center. So we're knowing that those gifts and those donations will come in. And that's November 29th, 27th. Sunday, December 14th, we have a Hanukkah celebration, and Judy is organizing that, and it's going to be a fabulous day of food and Hanukkah foods and tastes, and talking about Hanukkah and how that works as well with our teaching. So a lot going on. Holiday evening in Palm Springs, divine dining at Ross's and Michael's house, and we are sponsoring a full dinner, a full holiday dinner at our house, and afterwards we're all going down to the Plaza Theater, newly renovated Plaza Theater, to see the Gay Men's Chorus and bells, brass, and sass. So it's going to be a fabulous holiday evening. So come join us at our house. It's a silent auction. The sign-up sheet is out there, and I think some of the bids are getting towards 75, I think. So they're climbing up. So the 6 highest bidders get to join us for dinner and a concert. So the prices are climbing, so get your bid in there. And we have with Al Yankee, will be providing the music for our Christmas, December 24th Christmas candlelight service and full Christmas dinner after the candlelight service. So join us for that. And we have Kwanzaa at the end of December, and that is Betty Ann is hosting and putting that together. She's the lead. So lots of stuff going on at your center. Come down, enjoy, and participate. We would love to see you at many of those events. And now, Say Eat and Connect for lunch. We've got that going on. And we will have Betty Ann, and she's going to be doing her giveaway drawing. Gratitude giveaway drawing.
Gratitude giveaway drawing. I want to thank everyone. All the birds have flown the coop. We gave away 14, 15, 16, 20 turkeys. And these birds were not little birds. They were like 22, 23 pounds.
Huge.
We had everyone that came to pick theirs up. And then one lady we gave it to, she told me, thank you, 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 thank you. She had 6 grandchildren. And the turkey is in her home for the holidays. As you know, member service gives away because you've given to us. So I need to pull a name. No favorites.
She dug down deep on the basket on that one. And this one's been in there for a while.
You want to do this?
Sure, I'll read it. And so, this is our gratitude drawing, and Betty Ann does it every year. Gratitude changes everything. And this is from, oh my goodness. This person is in the house. This person is Bobby Chappelle. You win a $25 gift card for submitting your gratitude list. So these are Bobby's gratitude list for the Sunday services, for my loving caregiver, for my life, for getting up each day, and for my health. Those are Bobby's 5 lists of gratitude. She wins our giveaway. So I really want to thank, and so there you go. You give and you receive, right? Give and receive, and that's the way it works. So really grateful for people participating in that. And as you participate in life, and as you contribute to life, and as you contribute to the center contributes back to your life. It's a reciprocal agreement, a reciprocal exchange agreement. And it's kind of a nice agreement that as this center grows, and as you grow, we all grow together and we all continue. And so now I'm going to invite Yvonne Fowler up, who is going to talk about our Mission Possible. This is week 3, our Mission Possible pledge campaign. And she will be filling in on the chart after she speaks where we are.
Hello, everyone. Well,
Push the button on the microphone. Thank you, sir.
There you go.
when I first started with Religious Science International Art,
We're on, so let me get you the handheld, and we'll go with the handheld. So we're going to the handheld, Chuck.
when I started with RSI, I was 30 years old. And I went to church every day at Huntington Beach, and I was very much involved. And I would always go to Sunday service, and I would always donate. But I never really got involved in tithing until we went to a Adventures in Faith program dinner. It was commitment dinner. And maybe Ross might remember some of that too, because he was at Huntington Beach. And when I got there, and we had the commitment cards, it's just like our Mission Possible here. It was a 6 weeks program. I realized how important that the church, the center, was to me, and all the benefits I had received about it. And it was just like right then and there I decided to commit to tithing. So I had been giving a little bit all the time, but it wasn't until then I really started tithing. And it wasn't until I moved here, which was in 1994, that I really started going to this church and got involved with my time, my treasures, my talents, and financially really helping out, supporting myself. And also I found out how important that church was to me. And that's my spiritual home. And so when I think about it, I wasn't really convinced that I was giving enough until lately. And that was, I think, since I've been here, we've had lots and lots of prosperity classes. We had 4 or 5 from Mary Morrissey, and we had some by Irwin. How do you say her name, Dorothy? Edwin Gaines, and there was another person that was here. And I took all those prosperity courses. And that's where I started to realize how prosperous we all are and we can be grateful for. You know, whoever thought about the air you breathe? You know, my God, if we didn't have the air, we wouldn't be breathing, we wouldn't be here. And it was the little things like nature and whatever. And I realized how prosperity conscious I am. And I know that as I give, I receive. And that's the law of circulation. Now, again, I've known that for a long time, but it didn't come to true meaning until just a few years ago. And I am so happy that that happened. And it all happened because this is my spiritual home. I became involved, and I know that my tithing helps the church grow, but it really helps me because I'm supported by this church. This is my life. And I think that if you take the classes, now I've been involved in this since I was 30 years old, which was 50 plus years ago. In the beginning, I didn't have, it was superficial. It was superficial. But now it's a lot deeper. My caring, my understanding, my conscious awareness of the prosperity that I have. I am a very wealthy, healthy individual. You know, I don't have a lot of money, but there's wealth in many other things. And I've always been thinking about that lady. And I hope that you continue to do it too. I see all of you people here, and I know I'm talking to the choir, but tithing is important for the center, and it's important for our own personal growth. And so it is.
And so now Yvonne is going to, let Yvonne do this because Darla is not here today, but Yvonne is going to, if you want to fill in and color it in, and then show us where we are today on our pledge campaign. This is week 3. We have 2 more weeks to go. This lets us know what our annual budget, what we can budget for, and food for fellowship and classes and supporting scholarships. If you want to take a class, we have scholarships available. So this all supports the activities of the center. And so Yvonne is going to color in and show us where we are. This was week 1 that she's filling in. This was week 1. We are now week 2, sort of beginning week 3, and she's going to fill in. And I've been told, I'm trusting this is accurate, by office admin, I believe we are at 62%. How's that for week 2? How's that for week 2? So what I'm knowing beyond knowing is that we are not going to make our 100% goal. I'm knowing this. We're going to go over the top. So I'm inviting you. We're not doing 100% at this center. We're going over the top. And part of our teaching is 10%. So how about we go from 100 to 110% in the next 2 weeks? And that's up to you, and that's up to me. And I'm already seeing it, knowing it's already done. So thank you for your support. We want to thank Darla for creating this campaign for us and knowing that we are off to a very good start on week 3. 2 more weeks to go. 100%, we're doing our 10% tithe on that. We're going to 110%, and I know it's already done. And so now I'm going to invite Jim and Calvin to take us into our contemplative song. pledge next week. We'll do 2 drawings for the pledge cards that have come in. You win a fabulous Mission Possible, Mission Accomplished, I Said Yes and I Did It coffee mug. And the best thing is filled with peppermint candies. So next week we'll have the pledge cards out here that have come in. We'll draw for 2 coffee cups. So that's part of Darla's marketing campaign. So get your pledge card in and be eligible for that drawing.
You say, wanna get over. What you gonna do? Watch the world go by in a corner all alone. I know it's none of my business. There's something I need to say. If you could see the way I see you, you'd start flying on your own. Step aside and let your light shine. Let your love show. It's a short ride down that long road. When the rains come and the winds blow, let your light shine wherever you go. Well, this world is ready and waiting for you to break on through. It's time to recognize, realize you're the only one like you. Step on up, step into your greatness. Don't be afraid. There's a place that you will rise up to. No one else can do what you do. Get out of the way and let your light shine. Let your love show. It's a short ride down the long road. When the rains come and the winds blow, let your light shine wherever you go. Something like that.
So let's go into prayer here for a little minute before I go into our talk. And let's our prayer be something like that. And the something like that I invite our prayer to make welcome is the something like that of home for the holidays. The something like that of the faces and places and people we remember. The something like that of knowing that the holiday season is the time, the opportunity that it presents us to shine our light of love, shine it a little more brightly than we do in July or August, not that we don't shine it then, but to shine our light of love a little bit more brightly this time of the year, this season of the year, and know that this holiday season, this home for the holiday season, is about coming home to that place in your heart, that coming home to that place in your heart where love lives forever, where the memories of those we loved lives forever, for the memory of those and the presence of those we love lives forever in the now of this moment. And those that we've yet to meet and will meet on our path, on our spiritual path, we've yet to meet, we send them love and light in the now of this moment, into the now of the moment when we come to meet them anew. And that's our prayer of something like this, something like love, something like our light of love, something like the magic light of the soul of our love, that we shine forth a little bit brighter this day, this week, this month, as we come into the end of this year and make welcome the new year ahead. And together I invite us to say, and so it is. And so our talk title today is, I am light. Now, the word light, how many people know this? If you were on a quiz show, you'd probably have to call home for help, right? Call the help hotline. How many times is the word light used across all the versions of the Bible? How many times? Just take a guess. How many times do you think light is used? Anybody else? Okay. Anybody else? It's used. I did not know this until I hit Google. So it's used 433 times. So what I'm inviting us to make welcome is the knowing that if a word is used that many times in Scripture, across all teachings, across all faiths, across all versions of the Bible and all versions of the Kabbalah, there must be something to it, right? There must be something about this thing we call light. And light is often used as a metaphor for Spirit's presence, Spirit's truth, and Spirit's guidance. And I like to see the word light, L-I-G-H-T, as the acronym, Love is God's Healing Truth. Bible history. The Bible is filled with stories of light, stories that advise us to shine our light brightly. Ernest Holmes shares in What We Believe. The Bible invites us in Genesis chapter 1, verse 3, let there be light. John chapter 8, verse 12, I am the light of the world. And Matthew chapter 5, verse 14, let your light shine. There seems to be some synchronicity going on here about what this teaching and what Spirit and what our soul is about. There seems to be alignment here. And Ernest Holmes shares in What We Believe, he says, we believe in our soul. We believe in our own spirit, and we believe in our own destiny. While we are all united in that oneness of the energy of love, we are still unique individual expressions of that love. That's this teaching. We each love in our own way. We each love our life and live our life lovingly in our own way, according to our own teachings, according to our own beliefs, according to our own reachings out. And as we reach out in love, we receive love back. And so it's individual, and that's what makes it so exciting down here on planet Earth right now. We're each individual expressions of that one spiritual truth, that one spiritual love, that one spiritual light. And that's what makes it so much fun to see the way you express it, Jim and Calvin, through their music. And I express it through my ministry, and Reb Bev expresses it through her flower ministry. So we all express it in unique individual ways in our lives and in the life of this center. And that's what makes it so kind of fun coming together in our Journey of the Soul class. We all came together in that light of consciousness this week, and we had quite some breakthroughs about moving from the intellectual concept of what the light of love is about into the experiential realm of experiencing that magic light of the love of our soul and making it presence in a whole new way, an experiential way, an expressive way, an expansive way. And that's what this is about. And Rumi shares this about making that love and that light visit us by making it welcome in us. And as we make it welcome in us and we allow it to visit us, we experience it in a whole new way. And Rumi shares this about the experiential realm of love. He says, don't you know yet? It is your light that lights the world. So I invite you to know with me, I am, you are, and we are the light of this world this holiday season. So I invite each of us in our own way to find new ways, adventurous ways of sharing that light in a way we've never shared it before. Our opening story is about a woman named Betty Nesmith Graham. And it was, I believe, was it Michael Nesmith, who was a member of the Monkees? She was his son. So was it Michael Nesmith, I think, a member of the Monkees? And that was her son. But she was a working secretary at Texas Bank and Trust. She was barely making ends meet as a single mother. She was drowning financially. She was drowning spiritually, and she was drowning creatively. Though that's the trifecta, isn't it? That's the trifecta of spiritual disconnection, when all of the things are overwhelming us. She spent much of her time correcting typing errors as the executive secretary, because in that day and age, in the 1950s, if you made an error on a page with stencils, you had to rip out the whole page and type, and Lois is nodding her head. How many people know that you had to retype the whole page? So she said most of her day was spent retyping because of one error. And that was her job. It had to be perfect, and that was how she spent her day. One day, she noticed the bank's sign painters, who were painting the signs, just did a touch-up on a sign when they made a mistake. They didn't repaint the whole sign. Bank of Texas, when they put it out front, or Bank of Texas in the window. They didn't repaint the whole sign. They just touched up their error. And so this is where Mary Morrissey, and Yvonne mentioned Mary Morrissey, says, notice what you're noticing. Notice what you're noticing. And when you notice what you're noticing, what she noticed, what Betty Nesmith Graham noticed was they're touching up signs. Why can't I just touch up that one typo on the page? Good concept. But can she notice what she was noticing through the sign painters? And she said, I think we can do that on the paper. So Ernest Holmes invites us to make our life a laboratory of experience. Make your life a laboratory of new experiences. So she turned her kitchen into a laboratory. And she came to the new experience of taking her kitchen blender and buying some acrylic paint and concocted a fluid that would cover typing mistakes that would be invisible to the eye. You'd cover it with this fluid, cover a typing mistake, didn't have to retype the page. And she created this in her laboratory of her kitchen, in her home blender, by buying some acrylic paint at the hardware store and mixing it with all the things she needed to mix with until she got it just right. And so she called it Mistake Out. And she went in her garage, made a couple of gallons, poured it into little, fingernail polish vials. She got some vials, filled it in, took it into the office, and her secretaries, a pool of about 50 people at Texas Bank, bought it from her at like $3 a bottle. She was making more selling Mistake Out than she was at the bank. Her boss came in and said, what's going on here? And she said, well, I've created this wonderful product called Mistake Out, and it will save the secretaries hundreds of hours a week. And he said, you're moonlighting. You've been moonlighting. You're selling something here not approved. You're fired. You're fired. Single mother, now all she has is her dream of Mistake Out, right, to follow that dream. And she went and she made gallons and gallons and gallons and went to local secretaries, local stores, local offices, and sold her white out. And she did that for 20 years on her own. And then in 20 years later, it would have been 1975, she sold her Mistake Out to Gillette Company for $47.5 million, making her one of the most independent and successful entrepreneurs in the history of women. That was a lot of money, $47.5 in 1975, not so much today, but pretty good even today. She had a dream. She took a kitchen blender, she bought some epoxy paint, and no one would stop her. No one would tell her she couldn't do it. And so she shares this. She said what she came to, and being fired by her boss for creating this incredible thing, who said she was, moonlighting on the job, only trying to save him hundreds of hours of payroll, right? Sometimes there's a craziness out there, right? And I don't know what it is. But she shares that she came to know that you don't need permission to innovate. You don't need credentials to solve problems, and you don't need investors to believe in you if you believe in yourself. She proved what Ernest Holmes shared. We believe in our own soul. We believe in our own spirit, and we believe in the way our soul and spirit come to create our destiny. unique and individual to her, unique and individual to you, and unique and individual to me. And isn't that unique part what makes us so special and so loving and so kind? So I invite you today to go home to your kitchen, to pull out your blender, and to create something that's never been created before. And then when you sell your business for $47.5 million, we will gratefully accept your 10% tithe to this center for our pledge campaign. So go home, pull out that blender, and create your version of Mistake Out. And we like to know in Science of Mind there are no mistakes that we have to wipe out, because everything we go through is a learning experience if we choose to see it that way. So there are no mistake outs in Science of Mind. But in life, there was Mistake Out that sold for $47.5 million. When her boss told her to go home, she was fired because she was moonlighting on the job. I asked this question about light. How many enlightened masters does it take to change a light bulb? Just one. Yet the light bulb has to be here and now, ready and willing. And that's from our Magic of the Soul class. You have to be here and now, ready and willing to receive your good. Betty was ready and willing to receive her good. She was ready and willing in the now. Oh, I'll be ready and willing tomorrow. How is Spirit going to align with your ready and willingness tomorrow when Spirit only exists in the now of today? Only exists in the now of today. And so in our ongoing Thursday class, Magic of the Soul, it instills that in order for the light of our soul to become the showering of light in our life, do you remember those great meteor showers? Have you ever seen them laid under the stars and seen meteor showers? Breathtaking. In order for the light of our soul to become the shower of light in our life and a way shower of light in this world, that's what this teaching is about. That's what this life is about. That's what my life is about. That's what your life is about. And that's what our life is about, to become way showers of light in this world. We have to be here and now ready and willing. We have to be here and now ready and willing to affirm. Yes, we have to affirm our good and only our good. In Science of Mind, we do not pray the negative out. We pray the positive in. Affirmative prayer, not negation prayer. We pray the good in. And so I invite us to pray the good in with this affirmation. And it is, and I will read it first, and then I invite you to read it along with me. Praying the good in. I am the here and now glitter, glimmer, and glow of the light of the I am of my soul. And I invite us to read that together. I am the here and now glitter, glimmer, and glow of the light of the I am of my soul. And you should have received a gift bag when you came, in a little brown gift bag. If you didn't, Ross will bring you one. If you put your hand up, if you didn't get a gift bag, put your hand up. Ross, we've got a few people who did not get a gift bag. Keep your hand up and Ross will come around. And I invite you now to open that little gift bag. I know some of you are hoping there's a breakfast Danish in there. There is not. There is not. But if you open that little gift bag, Ross, keep your hand up if you need one. And so in there, each and all of you have a little, oh, Ross, Sandy needs one. Okay, who else? All right, so Ross is bringing him around. So if you open, and Jack needs one. So if you open your little gift bag and take a look inside, there's a little bottle of glitter. And Bev, if you're watching, yes, Amazon delivered on time. I called her last night and I said, at 4:30 in the morning, I got this hit to get glitter. And I thought, I wonder if glitter at 4:30 Saturday morning can deliver it by Sunday morning. And they said they deliver it between 5 and 10 at night, and it showed up. And Rev, Bev, and I were laughing. She said, why is it that we trust Amazon to deliver on time, all the time, more than we trust Spirit to show up on time? We had a big discussion around it. She said, I don't know. I've been in this teaching a long time. I've been in this teaching a long time. I said, why is it that we trust Amazon more? And are we willing to shift our trust in Amazon into the trust in the amazing light of love of our soul that we are? And so I invite you to become the I am of the here and now, of the glitter, glimmer, and glow of the light of the I am of your soul. And I invite you to take the top off and spread that all over the neighborhood this week today, not in here. Because Dorothy is looking at the cleaning crew budget. She said the surcharge on that, not going to happen. So not in here. But when you go home, spread that glitter all over the neighborhood of your life as the love and light that you are. You know, it's said that each of us in Science of Mind, we like to see ourselves sometimes as lighthouses, yeah? Really, that's what our opportunity is. And it's said of lighthouses, they don't run around an island looking for boats to save. I have to save this boat. I have to save this boat. They don't stand around. They just stand still. And they stand right where they are. And they faithfully shine their light within upon the world without. You don't have to run around looking for somewhere to share your light. You don't have to run around looking for someone to share your light with. You just have to stand still and be present with the light that you are. That's our journey of the soul. It's one of the most exciting classes that I've ever participated. I was talking with Sarada, and she was going, oh my gosh. What a class, yeah? What a class. What a shift of consciousness. What joy. What celebration. Tuesday was our second class. It was one of the most powerful classes I've ever been present at. When you question CSL, and I know we have ministers who do, it's okay to question, but know that the education program improves every year. The syllabuses are rewritten every year. New classes are created. This was the light of the collective soul of CSL at our educational level, creating a phenomenal program called The Magic of the Soul. And we're teaching it here, and it is closed. We've done 2 weeks. But if you find another center, if you have an opportunity to take Magic of the Soul, be present. Be present. It's just an amazing experience. And so Rumi shares this of dancing to the dawn of our inner light of music within. How do we dance to the dawn of the inner light of our music within? And Rumi shares this. We rarely hear the inward music, yet we all dance to it nevertheless. Even if you don't think you're aligned, even if you don't think you're spiritually awakened, even if you don't think you're mystically aware, you are. It's there. It's in you. And all that it's inviting you to do is be welcome to that presence within and to share that presence of the light of your soul, that magic of the heaven of your soul within right here on earth. Don't wait to share it later on. Share it right now. Share it right now. Terry Cole Whitaker said something wonderful. She said a lot of wonderful things. I'm going to credit her with one wonderful thing. She said a lot of wonderful things. And one of the things that she brought this teaching home for me, kind of about the light in our soul and the magic of our soul and how do we bring it forth every day. It's there. It's omnipresent. It's all-knowing. It's all-powerful. So bring that forward. You cannot deplete that source. That source is ever resourcing. That source is ever refunding. Source is ever refinding itself anew with us as we share it without. Terry shared something wonderful and talked to my mom. We had these Lennox dishes, very, very nice dishes. They came out Easter. They came out Christmas. They came out Thanksgiving. And other than that, they were individually wrapped in tissue paper and stored away in the dining room hutch. 3 days a year, those beautiful, beautiful dishes got used because they were special, and we only saved them for special occasions. And Terry Cole Whitaker said, you know, all those beautiful dishes and beautiful glassware, and she had her beautiful silver, her silver chest, that silver, real silver, only came out on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And of course, you know, if we don't appreciate what we have, the house was broken into in 1997, and guess what went? The silver. It was the time when everyone was collecting metal. Silver gone, no insurance. We used it 3 times a year. Why didn't we use it 3 times a day? Terry Cole Whitaker said, use your best stuff first. Use your best stuff first. So when you go home today, put away the plastic plates, the Melmac or whatever it's called. Put that away. Bring out your best china. Bring out your best silver. Bring out your and set your table with that, because the table of life is worth setting beautifully every single day, because you're a beautiful expression of the Spirit. So let your table reflect the beautiful expression of the Spirit, the beautiful expression of the holidays, the beautiful expression of coming home to the truth of who and whose we are. That's the theme of I Am Light. Rumi shares this in these words. And he shares it about the light and the essence and the isness of our soul. And if you don't feel connected to it, and if you feel separate from it, and if you feel a brokenness because you feel separate from it, you never are. You never are. It's only your belief systems and thoughts that create the false reality that you are. And so learn to say to your thoughts, thank you very much for sharing, but I'm going to release that thought that I'm not enough. I'm going to release that thought that I'm not spiritual. I'm going to release that thought that I don't have enough love to give to the world. I can hardly love myself. Rumi shares this about, I am the light, about inviting that light into your home. And Rumi shares this, and it's called the guest house. And it's from our Magic of the Soul class. So class, you're going to hear it all over again. So see if you hear it in a different way. This being human is a guest house. Every morning to this guest house, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows. Who sweeps your house empty of its furniture and its belongings, still treat each guest honorably. They may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, and the malice, meet them at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Welcome into my house. Welcome in. Be grateful for whatever comes. Be grateful for whatever comes your way, because each has been sent as a guide, as a gift of light from beyond. That's Rumi. That's the guest house. That's the guest house of our soul, in which there are many mansions of love. And what ours is to do before we transition out of physical form is to open every single door in your soul. Every single door in the mansion of your soul, until you come to know yourself in a way you've never known yourself. And with each door you open, you're bringing in more light and more light and more light and more light. And eventually those doors fall away. And all there is the goodness of the dawn of a shining new day. God's gift to us are the gifts we've been given. Most of us here today have enough food in our refrigerator. Most of us here have a change of clothes. Most of us here have a roof over our heads. Most of us here have a car that runs, and most of us here have enough. And what it's ours to do at this home for the holiday season is to be grateful that we not only have enough, right where we are, we have enough and more than enough. It is ours to recognize that. It is ours to receive that. It is ours to believe that. And as we believe we are enough and more than enough, there's enough and more than enough love within us to heal the world without. There's more than enough light within us to transform the dark. There's more than enough caring within us to care not only for ourselves, but to care for the world as well. This center was so blessed by the Morongo Band of Indians, who gave us 20 turkeys. And as Betty Ann said, they weren't turkeys, they were 22-pound turkeys. Trust me, we have 2 in our freezer for Thanksgiving. And so here's the thing. Here's Spirit demonstrating enough and more than enough. Last year, we applied for and we got 16 turkeys. But I want you to know last year they were mostly 18-pound turkeys. This year we applied for 20 turkeys. Ask and you shall receive. And we got 20 turkeys, and they were 22-pound turkeys. And next year we're applying for 25-pound turkeys, and we're going to know they're 25-pound turkeys. That's enough and more than enough. Yeah, there always is, right? Enough and more than enough. So it's part of our Food for Fellowship program. It's a marvelous program of sharing and caring and communicating together. It's one of the things that I just, the center is so blessed to have the consciousness and the readiness and the willingness to create our food for fellowship program, Thanksgiving dinner, Thanksgiving feast, Christmas feast, Easter feast. We are so blessed at the center to be able to do that because of the blessings you share in the center. And so I invite us to make welcome the knowing that God's gift to us, or spirit or spiritual center, it's one and the same. Call it by whatever name you choose to call it, but by whatever name you choose to call it, call upon it. And Spirit's gift to us, or the gift Spirit's given to us. And our gift to Spirit is the gifts we choose to freely open, like your bag of glitter. You had to open that, freely open it. No one's going to make you open your glitter and your light. And the gifts we choose to freely share in the world, those are our gifts. God gave it all to us, and our excitement is as we come to know that it's all within us, and we share the all of us within with the all of the world without. We come to receive the within and the without of the love of billions and billions of people, billions and billions of animals, billions and billions of trees that say thank you for having the consciousness to protect me and preserve me and take care of this land. And so the gift of sharing, there it is, the gift of sharing our glitter, glimmer, and glow is the gift of coming to know who we are. As we give away who we are, we come to more fully know who we are. That abundance of spirit. Ralph Waldo Emerson shares this. And part and parcel of coming to know who we are is our readiness and our willingness to see things anew. That's Magic of the Soul class. Are you ready? Are you willing? Because until you are ready and until you are willing in the now of this moment, it ain't gonna show up. I don't care how much you pray. I don't care how much you tithe. I don't care how good a person you are. I don't care who you outgood. I'm gonna outgood your good because I'm even gooder. That's great. But until you are ready and until you are willing, it will not appear in your life. Part and parcel of coming to know who we are is our readiness and our willingness to see things anew. Are you ready? Are you willing to see things anew? Are you good with the old view? Ralph Waldo Emerson invites us to things anew in terms of knowing this. This is Ralph Waldo. There is no big or small to spirit that knows it all, right? Just all and all and all and all and all. And yet the following story invites us to know, well, there's no big or small to spirit that knows it all. Everything is bigger in Texas. The Texas State Fair is the largest and longest running in our nation. The food portion Texas are bigger than anywhere in the country. They serve a 1,325-pound Frito pie at their state fair. State Capitol in Austin is bigger than the U.S. Capitol, and the King Ranch at over 1 million acres is near the biggest ranch in the world. Everything's bigger in Texas. A man driving through, and I've driven through Texas. I've probably done the trip 20 times, Connecticut to Los Angeles and the other way. And it's a 5-day drive, but if you didn't have to drive through Texas, it would be a 4-day drive. Texas is forever. Texas is forever. I experienced that. And I also pulled in to a little cafe to have a sandwich on the way to California when I was first coming here. It was a beautiful sunny day in Texas. It was September because I was driving out to go to college. And I got hit by hail, golf ball size hail on my car. Then it rained, then it snowed, then the sun came out, and it was so hot and humid, I wanted to be anywhere but in Texas. And I said to the waitress, what's going on? And she says, oh, this is Texas. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute, it'll change. So I've had my own experience of Texas, and I'm not moving to Texas. I'm nothing political. I'm just not moving to Texas. So there's a man driving through, and he stops for lunch for a steak, and he expects it to be, an 8-ounce porterhouse or a pound. It's a 5-pound porterhouse. And he says to the waitress, what's going on? She says, oh, well, everything's bigger in Texas. And then he stops for an afternoon beer, and he wants, a 16-ounce beer, and they bring it in a half-gallon size mug. And he said, what's going on? And the waitress says, everything's bigger in Texas. And then he stops at a hotel in the afternoon and has the clerk fill out the paperwork. He's going to stay overnight. He's like, got to use the restroom while you're filling out the paperwork. And the clerk, so it's down that hall over there, turn right is the restroom. The man goes down the hall, inadvertently turns left, and falls into the Olympic-sized swimming pool. And as he bobs up, he shouts, "Don't flush, don't flush, don't flush." Everything's bigger in Texas. So despite what Ralph Emerson says, there's no big or small to spirit that knows it all, everything is bigger in Texas. Science of mind isn't about the bigness or the small. I'm probably getting a note from the board on that story, but I had to tell it because I love it. So there will probably be a note. Science of mind isn't about the bigness or smallness of anything. It's about the absolute allness of the magic of our soul. It's about the absolute brilliance of the light of our soul, and it's about the absolute brilliance of soulfully coming to know who we are. Science of mind is about the I am glitter, the I am glimmer, and the I am glow of the absolute brilliance of our soul's light, shining forth in the I am of our here and now. And it shines forth in the I am of our here and now when we are ready and willing in the here and now of this moment. Not the here and now of yesterday, not the here and now of tomorrow, the here and now of right now. Science of mind is about this brilliance of knowing that as we choose not to be reactively anti-anything, we consciously become procreatively the force behind everything good. As we choose to consciously not be reactively anti-anything, we can choose to be consciously proactive force that creates the good of everything. It's our choice. Are you ready? Are you willing to be the procreative force that creates good beyond good, beyond good, beyond good? And I trust your answer is yes, because mine is yes. I am ready. I am willing. And I am so present with a knowingness that as I share the glitter, glimmer, and glow of the gift of the light of my soul, I come to know better and better and better who I am. Ernest Holmes shares this: find me one person who is for something and against nothing, who is redeemed enough not to condemn others out of the burden of their soul, and I will find another Savior, another Jesus, and an exalted human being. The greatest of gifts we can choose to open and share is the gift of the I am, of the magical light of our souls. The magical light of our souls gifts and guides and graces us with the knowing beyond knowing that life is a banquet and most poor fools are starving. Next is a little story about life at the leftover buffet. Life at the leftover buffet. Many times humans think less of themselves. They feel lesser than others, and those thoughts and feelings resonate in one's universe. Life is a buffet of ideas and opportunities. Why wait for leftovers? Many don't realize they are first in line every time. Being first includes loving yourself first, thinking of yourself first, and making one's own thoughts and wishes first, and not letting anyone else's thoughts make you second. Everything comes after you, because when you put yourself first, you have enough to be first in line to serve another. Terry Cole Whitaker. My goodness, Terry, you're connecting on this today, aren't you? Terry Cole Whitaker. Gentleman came off the street to a community, ragged clothes, homeless, came for their meal. And a month later, he was dressing a little better. And he asked when he went to the buffet line if he could stand behind and serve and get his meal less. Terry said yes. He stood and he served the food, and there was enough for him at the end. And Terry said the next week he was dressed better. The next week he had a job, and the next week he became a member of their center. Yes, you are welcome here. Yes, you are welcome right where you are. Yes, we love you in a way that we hope you come to love yourself. And in the gift you give us of allowing us to love you the best way we can with our teachings, with our classes, with our food for fellowship, with our suicide walks, with all of the things we participate in, we each grow in our own way. So thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of this center, and thank you for giving us the opportunity to grow in love. By learning to love you better, we learn to love ourselves better. So life at the leftover buffet is knowing the more I give away, the more comes home and stays within me. So by helping others, you really help yourself first. So go ahead, step up and help yourself to life's buffet, to the fresh feelings and opportunities life offers us every day. You'll be glad you did. Look, we can't always be first in the line of life's buffet. I'd like to tell you that Science Mind makes it work that way. I'd like to tell you that life works that way. I'm 73 years old. I'm 35 years into this teaching, and life just doesn't work that way. But here's the cool thing. It may not work the way I think it should work. It may not work the way I see it showing up, and it may not even work the way I'm presencing myself today. But what I know, the way it shows up is better than the way I thought. It's better than the way I imagined, and what I'm knowing is the way it shows up is so much better than the way I imagined. The Spirit has always imagined it better than I ever could in my human form. The way it is the way it's supposed to be. And the way it is the way through. You know, we can't always be first in life's buffet, but for sure we don't need to always be last, held back by the past of our beliefs and the past of the stories we tell. I love the story about the hold of the old of our heredity and about the old of the hold and the environment upon us. A young boy brings home a bad report card. How many have been that young boy or that young girl? Just one quarter you had a bad grade. Oh boy, been there, done that, don't need to do it again. A young boy brings home a bad report card, and before the father can speak a word, the boy blurts out, "So, Dad, what do you think this is about? Is it my heredity or my environment that's holding me back?" To which the dad replies, "Well, son, the way I see it, it's a lack of personal responsibility." You know, we have people come to this center for a day and never come back because we talk about, guess what? If it's to be, it's up to me. You got to do the work. You got to take the classes. You got to do the prayer work. You got to walk in nature. You got to find your own spirit ritual. Because when you find your own spirit ritual, you find a richness in yourself that melds with the richness of the world, and it's just the richness of heaven on earth as one. And so Science Mind sees the world responsibility in a whole different way. We see it in the way of your ability to respond to the situation, your ability to respond to the condition, your ability to respond to the chaos. And that's how we see responsibility. And our final story speaks to looking for love in all the wrong places. And we have to be responsible if we're looking for love in all the wrong places and not finding it again and again and again, right? We have to stop looking. So it's The Alchemist by a Portuguese author and Brazilian author, Paulo Coelho. And it was first published in 1988. It became widely translated and an international bestseller. And the story follows Santiago, a shepherd boy, right? And he dreams of a treasure while in a ruined church. He falls asleep in a ruined church, and he dreams of this great treasure. He consults a fortune teller about the meaning of his recurring dream. It won't let him alone. And the woman interprets it as a prophecy, telling Santiago that he will discover a treasure at the Egyptian pyramids. The boy travels to the Egyptian pyramids, long journey, and he encounters a wise alchemist who teaches him to realize his true self. Together, they risk a journey through the territory of warring tribes, where Santiago is forced to demonstrate his oneness with the soul of the world by turning himself into a dust storm to safely escape. and in order to proceed on his journey. When he reaches the pyramids, right, we're never on a journey. There is no destination. There is no beginning. There is no end. There just is the readiness and willingness of the here and now. When he reaches the pyramids and begins digging for that treasure that he saw in his dream, he's robbed by thieves who ask him what it is that he's digging for. And he replies, in a dream, I was led to a buried treasure in this tomb. And the thieves scoff, and the leader of the thieves remarks about a dream he once had about a treasure under a tree at a ruined church, and that treasure was never there. He dug and never found it. Santiago realizes that the treasure he sought was with him all along. It was the treasure of coming to know his true self. And as he came to know his true self and know that the treasure wasn't in the Egyptian pyramid, the treasure wasn't in his dreams, his treasure was in the here and now readiness and willingness to be prepared for insights of new awareness, lights of new awareness. He became, I am the light of new awareness. I am the light of new knowing. I am the light in this world. And he shared this about becoming the light in this world and the challenging journey we all go on to achieve that. And let's see where that one is. Which way? Can we back up a couple, Chuck? Let's see if, can we back up? I'm looking for something will grow from all that you are going through. Aha, nothing is ever lost. Sometimes, right, we go too far forward, and sometimes we go too far back. We get lost in our past, and we get lost in the dream of our future. And the perfect slide and the perfect story and the perfect affirmation is all this right here and now. It's there. Don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get lost in the past. And the boy came to know, as he came to know his true self, something will grow from all that you are going through, and that something that will grow is the all and everything of you. Are you ready? Are you willing to make welcome the magnificence of this teaching, the magnificence of your life, the magnificence of this world, the magnificence of knowing that the gift of sharing our glitter, glimmer, and grow is the gift of coming to know who we are. And I invite us to say together, as you think of where you're going to spread that glitter today, not in the sanctuary, where you're going, maybe in the parking lot, where you're going to spread that glitter and glimmer and glow of the light that you are. And I invite us to read this affirmation together. I am the here and now glitter, glimmer, and glow of the light of the am of my soul. And so ends our talk, and let's take this into prayer, and then we'll have an ending song. And so perhaps the prayer that will presence itself is the prayer of some groundedness. This groundedness, it's a prayer of groundedness. It's a prayer of groundedness of the knowing that our feet are planted firmly on the ground. And the ground that our feet are planted upon is holy ground. Because in the readiness and the willingness to make welcome this teaching, to make awareness the treasures in our life, among the treasures in our life is that unity of the celestial plane and the terrestrial plane, and we unify with that plane when we plant our feet firmly on Mother Earth, and we feel the gift and love and light that created Mother Earth. And as we feel that, we know the nurturing Mother of Heaven as one with the nurturing Mother of Nature. Not just the nature of nature and trees and animals, but the nature of coming to know our true self, the nature of coming to know the givingness and the oneness and the kindness and the caringness of coming home to the light in our soul, of coming home to the love in our heart, and coming home to the love of our holidays past, our holidays present, and knowing the holidays we presence today will create the holidays that future generations will presence tomorrow. And so in that knowing of yesterday, today, and tomorrow, that's the place of the home for the holidays, of the heaven of the light in our soul, of the heaven of the love in our heart, and the goodness of knowing that wherever our feet are planted, we are grounded. And wherever we are grounded in the knowingness that Spirit is everywhere present, even in the holy ground upon which you and I and we stand. And together I invite us to say, and so it is. And we will invite Jim and Calvin to play us out.
Before we play the last song, I just wanted to acknowledge India Air Simpson was the lady who wrote I Am Light. It was her favorite song. And she sold 15 million records worldwide, 23 Grammy nominations. And she was born in Denver, Colorado on October 3rd. The second song we did was by Kev Mo. That's short for Kevin Roosevelt Moore. And he was born on October 8th in South Los Angeles. He received 5 Emmys in his career. This last song we're going to do, it was written by a guy named Perry Miller. And he was born in New York City on 11/22. And he passed this year on March 16th at 83 years old. He had 15 albums, 1 Grammy for a song he wrote that he didn't perform. Another artist actually won the Grammy with his cover song. Anyway, his name is Jesse Colin Young. That's his recording name. And his song is called Light Shine. People, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day. People, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day. We all got a light inside. People, how can we survive if we don't let it shine on all night and day? You know the world is dark with fear. People scared to let you near. They need you to shine on them all day. Sunrise, let your light fill your eyes. Let it shine on all night and day. Moving like a river flows, we can make the feeling grow. If you only shine on all night and day. People, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day. People, let your light shine. Come on now, let it shine. Come on, let it shine on all night and day.
So it's now time for our conscious giving. And so if you're watching online, our online love streamers, we invite you to go to cslbeaumont.org. You'll find our donate button there. We also invite you to pledge to our center if you so feel grace to do so. And you can text GIVE 951-420-6909. We also have Zelle available. You can also use your credit card in the office with Michael, so with Marcia. So a lot of ways to tithe to the center. And so I invite us to read our giving statement together. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Thank you, God, for everything. 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 Thank you, God, for
everything. And so now I invite us to, if you're comfortable, stand up. We circle the sanctuary. We hold hands. We form a circle of light, a circle of love, a circle of illumination, and we sing our way out. And I believe Chuck will have the lyrics to our sing out song. If you're comfortable remaining seated, please do so. If you're comfortable with joining us, we would love to have you. And if you remain seated, join us in consciousness. And our sing out song is one of our familiars. Yes, there is peace on earth. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace And so knowing something wonderful is happening at CSL Beaumont. And yes, there's not only peace on earth, but there's pieces of pecan pie and pieces of Butterfinger pie that was made here, homemade, and by Lois, which I've never had. So I'm going to grab some Butterfinger pie. So know this center is experience abundance, expressing abundance through each of our own ways of creativity, and expanding into that consciousness of knowing there is enough and more than enough. And even though everything is bigger in Texas, nothing is as big as the heart of CSL, as the heart of CSL Beaumont, and as the heart of each of the members of its board of directors, its community, and its service teams. And together I invite us to say, and so it is. Food in Carter Hall. Practitioner Adrian Madden will be leading prayer circle in the Om Room. He held high watch today. He did meditation, and he is hosting the prayer room. So join Adrian, Practitioner Adrian, for prayer in our Om Room.